If you want to manifest something, then all you have to do is keep it active in your vibration. You're getting whatever is active in your vibration. So you're only going to get something that's active in your vibration. If you thought about something 2 years ago and you never thought about it ever again, that's not, that vibration is dormant because you're not paying attention to it. So that's not something that will be a factor in your experience. You're not going to receive anything. But what's in your mind right now, what's in your vibration right now, that's what you're seeing. And so it's great to live on the leading edge where thoughts literally are turning into things, because every single moment is a depiction or a display, a printout of what your vibration is. What your manifestations are will tell you what your vibration is. So you can't be very, not aware of what your vibration is. It's very obvious. It's right in front of your face. And yet, in the observing of your reality, it's natural to notice that what you want isn't here. That's part of the process. The asking is very necessary. And so in the asking, since it's a part of the process, then the allowing must be what your job is. You have to allow your creations. You have to allow your manifestations. And it's a lot easier than you think it is, because in order to allow something that you want, it just has to be active in your vibration. And the question is, what is active in your vibration? And like we just said, whatever you're seeing in your reality, that's what's active in your vibration. You're getting that printout. You're getting that sort of that feedback, so to speak. And so the question is, how are you going to make what you want active in your vibration? And so another way to say that is, you're getting however you're feeling. Whatever vibration is in your vibration, whatever you have active in your vibration is what's playing out in reality. And so you can feel a vibration. That's the only way that you can perceive it until it's manifested. So in the pre-manifestation stages, you have your emotions, so you can perceive your manifestations with your emotions. And that's the most important thing of all, because you really are a vibrational creature, and you are source energy. You are more than you see in your bodies, and all of you is not here. Most of you is still in the non-physical energy, in the non-physical source energy, where it is in the non-physical realm. All of you is not in the non-physical. Most of you is there, but the rest of you is here. A small piece of you is here in the physical form, and now you have a relationship. And so that's what perception really is. Perception is so important because you really are two beings, and your inner being is in your vortex. You see, when life causes you to want more money, when life causes you to want everything, it launches like a rocket and becomes a vibrational reality. So source is living the vibrational version of everything that you want, because since source is in the vortex, and since the vortex is current reality to your inner being, then that means that the vortex has to be current reality to you too. And there is a vibrational gap. There is a vibrational gap between you and your inner being. And that's what makes manifesting. That's what is a tug of war. That's what your emotions are all about. It's about that perception. You see, you can't get beyond your ability to perceive. It all has to be within, or let's say it like this. You're getting whatever you perceive. You're getting your vibration literally printed out in front of your eyes. And so reality is so real in that sort of way. But the thing is, you can't make what's active in your vibration only what you're seeing in reality. There has to be something else. You have to tune into this vibrational reality. And that's why the emotion is so important, because once you're feeling positive emotion about your desire, you really have the manifestation that you're looking for, right? That's what you're looking for. You're looking for the emotion. And it's so important that you understand that the emotion that you feel is the success. Not because, and this is the thing, it's not because, you're not going to have your manifestation, so you might as well just feel good in the absence of it. It's because in your feeling good of the absence, that's active in your vibration. Oh, you need to have what needs to be active in your vibration is the presence of what you want, is a feeling of what you want. And so that's what we say. Why do you want what you want? Why do you want it? What is the vision? What's the feeling behind what you want? And as you describe it and as you talk about it emotionally, meaning unconditionally, so you're talking about an emotion, then you can get yourself to a place of feeling that emotion. You can feel the freedom of dollars before the dollars ever comes. And so you feel free. But then it feels tricky, because then it sounds like we're saying, well, feel free. But to you, it's like, well, I feel free, but reality hasn't changed. So are you trying to trick me here? We're saying, no, actually, the thing is, you're going to feel free, and then that's going to be active in your vibration, and then reality has to change. You see, you don't change reality by looking at it. You change reality by being a creator, by choosing the frequency that you want and harmonizing with that frequency, aka focusing on what feels good, because that's what you really want. And since that feeling good, since that freedom is active in your vibration, then everything that matches the freedom, it has to come out and play with you. It has to come out in the physical form. So many of our friends, you understand all this. You understand that there's more to be perceived than your five senses can be perceiving, right? And that's what your emotions are about. You see, your emotions, that's the whole point of them. That's why you have emotions, because your emotions are helping you guide your perception to the true reality. And you know where that true reality is, because your inner being is the other version of you, and that's what your emotions are all about. So that means that how your inner being feels really, really matters, because that's what your emotions are all about. And you know what your inner being is doing? Your inner being is pure positive energy. So your inner being has no resistance. It doesn't not believe what you want. It believes everything that you want 100%. to your inner being, the vibrational version is enough. It's already celebrating your riches. It's already living your riches because to your inner being. And it's so important to understand that your inner being's opinion really matters. That's why it's really worth talking about, because the fact that you can feel negative emotion about your desire means that there's another version of you out there, means that you have a point of relativity. You're not just feeling emotions because they're arbitrary. Your emotions are literally your guidance system. And so the more connected you are, the more better feeling you are, then the more you're able to perceive. You're in your vortex, you're perceiving your vortex, because if you're just looking at this reality, then you can't perceive beyond the reality. So you have to perceive your true reality. This reality that you're seeing with your eyes is not your real reality. Your true reality is your vortex. This vortex that's spinning so fast, that's your true reality. And you know why it's your true reality? It's not because it's an illusion. The reality that you're seeing with your eyes is an illusion. It's not like that at all. It's how you perceive it to be. So, but you're not the only one in the equation. That's what we're saying. It's not that you're wrong in observing reality, because of course reality is here. It's not an illusion. It's here. It's you're perceiving it. It's tactile, and we're not here to argue with the realness of it. We're here to argue about whether or not it feels good. Because if it feels good, then that means that in this now moment, all of you is in this moment, looking out through the eyes of your human self. All of you is here. You're blended. You're 100% who you are. And that's the thing about every desire, is that you really want to be who you really are. But the thing is, you don't need the manifestation right now in order to be who you really are. And if you can really go there with us, because what we're really saying is you have to claim success. You have to, celebrate the success of the emotion, because the emotion is a manifestation, right? Because an emotion is a manifestation. It's a manifestation that will lead to many more manifestations, the sign of many more manifestations becoming. But to you as a vibrational creature, since now you're understanding in the equation it's you and your inner being, and since your inner being is claiming, enjoying, loving, finding pure success, finding pure joy in the vibrational version, your inner being is not even seeing the physical version. And so you don't need to either, because that's where not what your emotions are about. Your emotions are about alignment. So but not alignment with reality, alignment with who you really are, alignment with your inner being, alignment with who you have really become as a result of this entire life here. So you have to perceive the way that you're meant to perceive. So when you feel negative emotion, it means that in that moment you're blocking your desire. But even when you feel negative emotion, you can't even get it wrong. And you know why you can't even get it wrong? Because your inner being is never going to let go of what you want. Your inner being is going to hold to your desire. So this video is trying to help you understand that your inner being is who you really are. And we know it's really weird and annoying to believe in your emotions, because you're like, but I understand that feeling good means that something good is going to happen. But until I see the feeling, and until I see the reality, until I see the follow through of the feeling good turning into the reality, I'm not going to really believe in it. I'm going to play along with you, because what it sounds like we're saying is do this and then the manifestation will come. And we are saying that, but really what we're truly saying is do this and then you're going to feel good, and the feeling good is what you want. So now you're going to feel secure even though the money hasn't changed. And once you can feel secure, and once you're vibrating there, then it's just logical the money would have to follow. But the thing is, the feeling comes first, and then when the feeling is mastered by you, it's felt by you for there to be enough momentum, right? Then there's a manifestation, because it has to be active in your vibration. But the thing is, the absence of your desire can't be active in your vibration more than the presence, right? Because the absence is a no-go, because if there's absence, then you're just going to perceive more absence, right? But in the vortex, everything that you want is a current reality. And that's why in the dream, when you're envisioning, when you're daydreaming, life feels easy, because it can be exactly the way that you want it to be. And best of all, in your dreams, there's no resistance. In your mind, in the way that you envision things, there's no resistance, right? And there's power to that. There's no resistance in your mind. That's because you're daydreaming. That's because you're receiving from your inner being. And so your inner being has no resistance. And that's really important, because you have leverage. You don't need to do all this alone. All you have to do is just sync up with, that's your power. Just sync up. And the thing about syncing up is that the reason why you feel the tug of war is because your inner being just keeps going off without you. Your inner being says, we believe in, your inner being is like, oh, we're rich. We are not only rich, we are the wealthy. We're so wealthy. We have a fortune. And you're over here saying, I don't see it. I've never seen it. It's really about what you're thinking. Whatever's active in your vibration. Think about what it means when something's active in your vibration. Whatever thought you're thinking, it's literally you're putting it into the field, vibrational field of law of attraction right now. So that's what you keep getting back in return. And we're saying you have to make something different active in your vibration. And the easiest way to do that is to talk about emotions, because the emotions don't have a lot of resistance. And then when you talk about emotions, since they don't have a lot of resistance, they're unconditional, then the law of attraction must make that more, because that's what the law does, is momentumizes momentum. And so what we're really talking about is perception. You want to perceive more, because when you feel negative emotion, you should be celebrating. Negative emotion is the best thing in the world, because by the time you're feeling negative emotion, you know what that means? It means that what you want is certain, right? Because You couldn't feel negative if your inner being didn't feel so good. And the fact that your inner being does feel so good must mean something very important to you. It means that what you want is not that it's real, but your inner being is on the case. So if your inner being is on the case, then there's energy that the energy that creates worlds is on it. So there should be no doubt. And then now when you daydream about, now when you're envisioning, now when you're talking about it, it's from a different vantage point. You're not trying to overcome something, because a lot of our friends, they're trying to overcome the fact that they don't believe it's going to come. And so that's why they get into the manifestation. That's why they want to process their way to what they want. And that's not a bad way, because maybe you can sort of deactivate the belief. But the thing is, if something is not working out, then what that means is your disbelief in it coming is playing a bigger part. And so you can calibrate it, because what does disbelief mean? Disbelief is, I haven't seen it, so I doubt. What we're saying is that can't be your story. That can't be what you're thinking. And it is. And if it is, then we got you. We can help you with that. We can help you soothe that out of you. You see, the fact that you haven't seen it doesn't matter, because remember, your inner being's opinion matters more than yours, because your inner being is going to sort of outlive you. Your inner being in this tug of war is always going to win. You can paint yourself off, right? You can, because you're going to expand no matter what. The expanding is involuntary, but the joy, that's voluntary. You can expand and grow and not have fun. But the thing is, you're expanding and you're growing, but the fun is your job. It's about the joy along the journey. It's really not about getting there. We want you to feel the power of this now moment. This now moment is literally what you're perceiving. This now moment is your platform that you're standing on, and you can't be anywhere else but this now moment. So you have to stand where you are in this now moment, and you have to perceive the way that you're meant to perceive. And that's what your emotions are. Your emotions are literally telling you you're not perceiving in the right way. So you know what that means? That means that this manifestation, behold it. This is your manifestation. This is your world. This is the totality of your entire life experience right now in this now moment. But it's not all that it's ever going to be. But what you are doing right now in this now moment is going to determine what the next moment, the next, and that's what the journey is all about. So it's about calibrating right now, so the next moment is better than the next. And it's just a gradual thing. Once you're feeling positive emotion about your desire, you have what you want, because now you're feeling free, even though the dollars are not here. And if you feel free long enough, if you can think about it because of the way it makes you feel, then now you're unconditional. Now the feeling is going to be more active in your vibration, and then it has to come to you. But you can't talk about it in a way that doesn't make you feel good, because, or better yet, you can't do it to make the manifestation come, because the reason why you do it to make the manifestation come is because you don't believe that it will come otherwise. And we're saying that's a lot more work. That's a lot more work than you need to do. You could instead just work with a disbelief and try to calibrate it to a higher frequency by soothing yourself and by making peace with it. Make peace with your disbelief, because your inner being doesn't care that you have resistance. Your inner being is just looking at you and saying, perceive the way that you're meant to perceive. Your inner being is saying, we believe, we're rich. And you're saying, well, I'm not. And your inner being is always going to win the tug of war. And so we're saying, surrender to your inner being. Realize that your inner being is in the vortex, that your current reality is your inner being. So let's go through this one last time. So, well, we're infinitely here, but let's go through this. When you feel negative emotion about something, catch it early and reach for the easiest match that you can find. And the easiest match that you can always find is the most unconditional one, which is my inner being does exist. This negative emotion means that my inner being is feeling very, very strong about this. And since my inner being is feeling very strong about this, what does that mean? It means that what I want is here. I don't see it yet, but it's here vibrationally. So since it's here vibrationally, meaning my inner being is thinking about it and focusing on it, meaning I can't see it, but I can feel it. So since I can feel it, I'm gonna feel the relief of it. I'm gonna feel right now, even though I can't see the money, since the negative emotion means that my money does exist. In fact, it does exist. My inner being is focusing on it. So my inner being's opinion is that the money is there. And so instead of me talking about the fact that I can't see it, I'm gonna just accept that my inner being sees it. And I'm gonna just enjoy that. I'm gonna find the security of that. I'm gonna live as if the money is pretty much already here, because you don't want to call it success until it's a physical reality. But we're saying that that's a lot more work. It'll take a long time, because in the absence will be a bigger play in your vibration. But remember, your inner being doesn't need to see it. Your inner being already believes it because you want it. Your inner being can see the vibrational reality. Your inner being 100% believes in the vibrational reality. It's finding, it doesn't doubt. Even if you can't see it, your inner being doesn't doubt, and that's what your negative emotion is. So friends, you need to perceive the way that your inner being perceives. You have to be source energy. You have to be all of you. And the thing is, that's the reason why you want everything. Everything that you want is for the feeling. And the feeling is a manifestation. And once you're experiencing the manifestation of the good feeling emotion, then that's success. You did it. That's something that you can now envision and claim, or not claim, but you can, well, it's yours. It's not only is it yours, but it's something that you are now experiencing in real time. And the way that you know you're experiencing in real time is because you're feeling it. You're feeling the joy, even though life hasn't changed. You're feeling good, even though reality hasn't changed. But since you're feeling different, then reality has to change. Since you shifted your vibration, now reality must change. It's the law. It's the most logical thing ever.